What we do here at the center is once a year. It's either in March or September. And this year we postponed it to March of 2012. So we're going to have a chakra training that really dives deep, because I found that to look at the chakras as a compartmentalized system is helpful to learn them, but it's not how the chakras work. They are one undulating stream of mind-body intelligence all the time. And to honor them that way is my path. So you can get great resources on the individual centers and how they work together in those books that I mentioned, but I would just encourage you to put on your calendar to come to Bodhi Yoga in person. We'll do March of 2012 as our next training, and it's a 6-day training, and we learn the chakras as one undulating stream, and it's a fantastic, amazing experience. And we see this happening on a really massive scale with what is going on with the different governments in our world right now. People are awakening. What you're seeing with Tunisia and Egypt is a chakra awakening. Something's going on. And for those scenarios, the way it actually started was with the throat chakra. People found they couldn't turn on their internet and got upset about it. They couldn't communicate. And so they felt that shut down the rest. And so what did they have to do? They took it to the streets, back to the root, and worked their way up through it. So cosmically, on a really broad spectrum, the planet is awakening right now as it never has before. And one of the reasons it's able to do so is because the chakras are not working individually anymore. They're starting to work as one stream of consciousness together. So that union of male and female, yin and yang, however, whatever language you want to put on it, is happening on a level it's never happened before. And so that's the fun we get to dive into in March. As a culture, we can't do it till we go back and reclaim the heart. We cannot open the crown. And the crown is upon us. That crown chakra energy, that shift in consciousness, we're right here. So we're experiencing recessions, we're experiencing earthquakes, we're experiencing all sorts of natural trauma, we're experiencing economic trauma. All of those things aren't our fault. We didn't call those upon us in a way that we deserve that type of trauma. I don't go along those lines. What I go along is we are literally being turned back to our heart. When we face things like that, it's like the cosmic universe, Jesus, God, whoever you want to call it, I'm trying to avoid the mic, is going, And that's all that is a redirective energy. And it usually redirects us back down because we got to come back through again. You will recycle yourself through the chakras over and over and over, but it will go in a way that's the highest order to serve you. And so you'll find that path, through it. Because right when we've done everything and it's lovely, and then a lot of times we drop back into those energies of fear and we have to work through it again. But each time you work through the centers, you get better at it, and you have a vast amount of information each time you work through it. And so what we work on in our big training that we do here in person is how to let the energies work at the same time, my downward energies and my upward energies, and how to really recognize my male and female connecting together, and my relationships between my yin and my yang, or my male and my female, And each time you work this system of consciousness, you become more conscious. So it becomes more enlightened in your tools and things. So with each of these layers, Kundalini Shakti, whether you're a man or a woman, that awakening of the chakras makes us more conscious, and it balances us. And then once I've reached that point, then she catches up with Shiva, her counterpart. The reason she's unruly is because she's looking for him, And so when she connects with Shiva, Shiva is the masculine aspect of consciousness that's eternal, immutable, but incapable of creation on his own. He has to be awakened by her. And as soon as she awakens him, and they connect in a state of ecstatic embrace, then they're both conscious. He can manifest through her, and she can become conscious through him. And so everything related to the chakras has to do with this counterpart energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, we've all got these counterpart energies moving through us. And so this is an image of that, marrying thought and matter, that moment where that awakening to the ultimate reality comes into play. So the only way to have chakras that are healthy is to balance the male and female energies within each center of us, as well as outside of ourselves, too. Everything boils down to that interplay of male and female energies. Everything in our consciousness and everything certainly in the chakra system, because we're going from matter, which is feminine, to thought, which is masculine, on the scale of consciousness. And so that's something we get into really in depth, and there is the most profound, amazing information related to that we'll cover in March in person here at the center. And it was when I stepped back and painted this that I realized that the story of the chakras I had learned so far and the story of the chakras that I had taught, I've taught several different workshops and trainings on the chakras, some with other people, some with just myself. But in that space, I realized I was teaching an incomplete journey once I meditated on this image. And how I realized that was, this is all the chakras from root to crown, and then the crown coming through the root, like a baby being born. And I thought, oh, there's more. There's more.